Today, I made the most effortless $500 of my life. I'm going to show you guys the exact swing trading strategy that I use to do it. So let's get right into it. I'm going to talk about how I took this QQQ put and made $500 on it without really putting in any work. It was a swing trade, and I'm going to get into it. So yesterday, if you look at replay mode, we were running up into a daily bearish fair value gap. Okay, so that's the first thing you want to take account of here. So we have this daily bearish fair value gap that I just marked out on NQ. And we also have a bearish volume imbalance right here, right? So we have this daily volume imbalance. This is another PD array, which means that even if this bearish gap gets disrespected or wicked through, if we test this volume imbalance area, this is often going to reject us as well, okay? And so if you look at what happened today, we actually ran up and tested that volume imbalance and we end up selling off and I hit my TP. Now, I'm going to talk about why I entered here and why I actually wanted to short, because just because we have a daily bearish gap and a volume imbalance, that doesn't mean you automatically blindly short that. We all should know that. You want to have multiple confluences in your favor. So the reason why I was very high on the idea of shorting this was because we had a essentially no wick candle here, okay? So this was the week open candle right here. So we had a gap down on Sunday night and we get bought all the way back up. And notice how we barely leave any visible wick on this daily low, okay? Now, if you look at ES, you're going to see the same thing, but to an even larger extreme. So if you look at ES, we quite literally opened and pumped, okay? We gapped down and pumped and never created any wick. So when you see a candle on the daily or 4 hour, especially like when it's a higher time frame candle and you see no wick at all, that means there was zero manipulation there, which means that's going to be often a very good draw on liquidity. So if you look at ES and you look at NQ, and I could have shorted ES, I could have shorted with SPY puts, but I just decided to do QQQ because I have a better feel for them, the pricing, how they move, all that stuff. So I could have done SPY, it would have worked. But essentially what I wanted to see was us come down and take out the low or the opening price of this bullish candle, because we had no wick, no manipulation on ES at all, and a minuscule, barely visible wick on NQ. And so when you see something like that, it's often going to be a draw on liquidity. So why did I take a put instead of a futures trade? Well, it's pretty simple. The reason I took a put was because a lot of times, as you can see, really just by the last few months of price action, we can test an imbalance and kind of stall. So I didn't really want to get caught up in a futures trade on this, knowing that we might not actually hit my target or get continuation today. I'm not exactly 100% sure that we're going to get this move to my target the very next day, right? And so I entered yesterday, or today is Wednesday the 18th. I entered Wednesday the 17th, or Tuesday the 17th. And that's why I chose options, because I personally trade futures on prop firms. I do not have a live futures trading account that I'm using at the moment. So because I knew I would want a swing trade, I was unable to, do anything but options. And I actually like trading options. And the best part about it, on a live Robinhood account, which is where I traded this, when you profit, you keep the whole thing. No payout splits, no 5 winning days, none of that BS. Now, that's not to crap on prop firms. I like them. They're very useful in their own way. But it is nice. Profited about $500, got to pocket it all, no questions asked. And yeah, like I said, I knew that since I was playing the daily chart, I want to swing trade it, right? You don't want to play the daily chart and then enter some intraday futures position where you'll get liquidated at 415, even if it hasn't hit your target. So puts were just the right move here overall. And like I said, we ended up running down. I got out today. Now, we didn't actually hit the TP on NQ, if you notice, because we actually hit it on ES. So since we hit it on ES today, that's when I decided to get out, because I didn't feel super comfortable holding on NQ when we had taken that target on ES, because I figured, okay, maybe we'll get a bounce. Now, so far, given this Asia session so far, it looks like we are kind of continuing downwards. But either way, I'm happy that I took my profits. I won't regret it, and I will be looking for the next setup. And like I said, I've been busy with other businesses that I'm running, so I haven't been as active, but I'm still updating you guys on the trades I take, and I will be looking to do much more of that in the near future and hopefully get a little more active on here. Now, I called this trade for free in my free trading Discord. It'll be linked in the description of this video. I don't charge anything for it. Literally click the link and you're in. No catch, no email form, no credit card, nothing. Literally just click the link and you're in. I post all my trades. I'm not a signal service. I'm not a financial advisor, but I just post what I do and the reasoning behind it with the hopes of educating you guys about my system and kind of helping mentor you free of charge, because everybody in the world seems to want to charge you guys $8,000 a month for some private course where you're not even going to get anything valuable. So that's just not how I roll. Free Discord. Hopefully you guys join, and make sure to like and sub if you enjoyed this content. I'll be pumping out a lot more in the near future. Peace.